Well, g'day everybody and welcome back to the farm. And I guess it's kind of welcome back to myself as well to the farm after what has been almost 3 full weeks away. And it has been absolutely unbelievable. We had an awesome holiday. It's great to get away with the family, just put the farm, the drought, everything in the back of, put it all to the back of my mind and forget about it for a while. It's been absolutely unreal, to be honest. So we're back now. Feel like I am just so far behind, but you know, the holiday was worth being behind, honestly. So I was reading a comment on YouTube there only a few days ago, someone saying, you know, during these tough times it is super important to get away, or you know, step away from the farm, or just be away from it, try and clear your mind a little bit. And I could not agree any more with that. It has just been so good to not have to think about this place and just how dry and how dire things are. You forget about it, but as soon as you come back and walk through the door, it all just comes flooding back, all the feelings and everything else. So unfortunately things haven't changed a lot since I've been gone, but I would like to just take a minute and spare a thought. If you're not a farmer, you're not keeping up with it, you're not from Australia, spare a thought for, you know, our brothers and sisters up in Queensland at the moment, because we're in drought. Currently, Queensland has an area twice the size of the state of Victoria underwater from flooding, which is just unbelievable. Like, yeah, apparently, well, from what I can gather, there'd be a lot of lost livestock up there, houses underwater, just very dire. So what a contrast. South Australia, Victoria in horrendous drought, Queensland, you know, half the state's bloody underwater, which is just unreal. So spare a thought for them. I'm not sure, I haven't done any research on it. I don't know whether there's any way you can donate to try and help the people up there. If someone knows of something, put it down in the comments. I'll try and, you know, mention it in my next video. So not good. A land of drought and flooding rain, and isn't that what they say Australia is? So that's just proving to be very true at the moment. So yeah, the 6510 here is fixed. I know that was a drama before I went away. What was wrong with it? I don't actually really know. I think there's quite a few different things wrong with it, judging by what's sitting on the floor down here. There's a relay. I think there's a solenoid here or something like that. Oh, maybe that's a pressure sensor, I'm not sure. Thought I did hear something about a solenoid as well from Dad, and then there's also, looks like a sensor or something there that recognises your gear levers in like park or whatever. So I did notice then that when I put it into gear on the forward reverse lever on the steering wheel here, and it wasn't in gear over on the actual gear lever, it would beep at me. So there's something fixed on that circuit as well, which is good. Now I did mention that not too much has changed around here since I have been gone, and that is certainly true. Yeah, I think we got 5 mil or 6 mil of rain out of one little rainfall event while I was gone, but that was it. And the outlook for the rest of autumn is bleak. It is extremely bleak. I think the drought is going to continue raging on. I just watched an update video from my weather guy there yesterday, I think, and apparently we're forecast to be decile 1s and 2s for the remainder of autumn. So not really the news you want to get. We really desperately need a decent autumn break, but hey, we'll just have to sit back and hope. Like, you know, they can't forecast the weather a week out properly, so it doesn't mean it's not going to rain. Hopefully we can get under something, but regardless of all that, yeah, probably in 2, maybe 3 weeks, I do want to start seeding, getting some feed in the ground and stuff like that. So we've got it all out the way before May rolls around, so then we can start putting actual crop in. So yeah, we're going to get the rest of this Airseeder and that connected up here now and hopefully checked over. Hopefully you guys can see that, but that's Cooper Creek out in Queensland. Now I used to work out there. I used to go past Cooper Creek all the time, and you can see it's just an inland sea at the moment. About the only thing that did change while I was gone is Dad and Luke organised all of our fert. So all that's in the bins there at the moment, so that's another job off the list. I reckon that might go in. Did adjust a couple of times, but this is the first time I've tried to put the pin in. Beautiful. So I'm just trying to get all my hydraulics connected up here. I put some new O-rings in this fitting here because they were leaking last year, or this fitting was leaking. They weren't the right O-rings according to the guy at the hydraulics shop, and you can't get the O-rings for this apparently here in Australia. So this won't fit together now. The O-rings in there are too big. I'm going to have to try and get this fitting here off, which I have tried to do before and I have failed. So we're going to have another crack at it now, otherwise I'm going to have to pull this whole hose off all the way back. Absolute time killer. Now, then I'll need to push, but... No. Oh, just hit myself in the head. That did it. What an absolute circus. This was supposed to be a quick Airseeder connection. It's pretty well connected now, hoses are all on. I did manage to get a new hydraulic fitting for here. It's come from Piri, it's at, should be at Laura already, so I might go and pick that up now, but I think everything else is on here. We'll just get that fitting tomorrow and then we can give this, well, we'll get that fitting on tomorrow and then we can give this thing a run and a check over. These top cam lock fittings were an absolute disgrace on the inside, the corrosion and gunk and everything in there, so I pulled the seals out, got in there with a seal pick and a scraper, went all the way around and got in there with my little die grinder, flapper wheel as well, cleaned it all up, went back together, an absolute treat, but had to go in and get some new seals in town for in there as well, because those seals were just filthy and just had stuff all over them, and they're all squashed and compressed from being in there for a long time. So I've got that done, that's all nice. We are almost together. So I'm going to go collect my hydraulic couplings now, and then that way I've got them for the morning. We'll be able to reconvene here, get that done, but I do have a dentist appointment first thing in the morning, so it'll be another late start I would say tomorrow. But before I go for the day, I thought I'd give you guys a little bit of action there. Well, I have my hydraulic couplings here. Been to the dentist this morning, then I ended up having to go around to Luke's, had a bit of business to take care of around there, some documents to sign for the accountant and whatnot, so I've got all that out of the way. It's time to get back to work now, I think. I'll be interested to see how that fits on there, because that is quite a bit bigger than the old one, but I should be able to make that fit, I think. Yeah, I think I said it, I don't know if I said it earlier, but this is really the style of coupling that you have on your tipper, your truck tipper. So it's, yeah, you can get O-rings for in here, which like the Ryco ones and that you can't. So anyway, it is a little bit bigger, but seems a little more bulky. But hopefully if I have any trouble with it again, I can put new O-rings in it rather than having to struggle to get it undone. Now, before I forget again, guys, I just wanted to mention that we do have a new sponsor of the channel here at Lock Valley Farms. If you've seen the start of the last two videos, or you've noticed at the start of the last two videos, there is a little message there after the intro to say the videos are sponsored by Market Check. Now, if you don't know too much about Market Check, they are an independent, nationally recognised grain marketing advisor. So absolutely anything to do with grain marketing, information, research, education, year-round grain marketing strategies, anything to try and help Aussie growers make better decisions when it comes to grain marketing. So if you're anything like me, and grain marketing's been a little bit of a weak spot for me, I'm definitely not going to lie, definitely go over and check them out. I will link all their information in the description of the videos from now on. And thank you very much to Market Check for the sponsor. It's, like I said, it's an area that I definitely need to improve on, so I am very excited to have them on board. Now, it's not, I know that this sponsorship stuff, you know, ads can be very annoying for some people. It's not my intention or their intention to bombard you with a bunch of advertisements or anything like that. It'll just purely be that little message after the intro usually. I'll link all their stuff down in the description, like I said, and then from time to time, I might give them a little plug. So just try and keep it short and sweet for you guys. I did have a bit of a play with this U-bolt that goes around here, and it doesn't quite fit, so I might need to, I don't know, do some sort of modifications there. Even if I just grind a bit out on the inside, it was very close. So anyway, we'll get it to fit one way or another. So that U-bolt would not fit around this fitting here. So I've taken it and I've just ground a little bit out on the inside. We'll see whether that'll give it enough. Because I'd like to just keep using that same U-bolt if possible. Oh, look at that. Hey? Not bad. You wouldn't want it to be any smaller or any shorter on the threads, but I think that'll get the job done. Right, that should sort that leak out. Lovely. Oh, I can't believe that. That looks like that door seal is all compressed there. It looks like it's maybe been sitting up on that hose in the off season. I'm probably gonna have to get a new seal for that door because I reckon that's gonna leak. But anyway, I just noticed that then as I lowered it down and I went to do it up. That's unreal. Well, let's fold this thing down, give it a run, make sure we got air coming out of everywhere. And yeah, then I'm probably going to need to order that new door seal. I'll check it, see if it's leaking, but it should be changed, I think. Oh yeah, she's leaking. Absolutely can't have any air leaks on these things. It'll stuff up the way the seed comes through. That's going to need to be fixed. So we didn't put that silicone up there around that, near that lid. That was already there from the previous owner, but that's exactly why you check these things over. I've gone around with soapy water around most of the seals. Could feel that with my hand. The door seals themselves are sealing up, so we've got two leaks there, one on the clean out door on the bottom. I'm gonna have to get a new foam for that. I might actually have one here, I'm not sure. I know I've got the top seals, but I'm also gonna have to pull those walkways off and weld up that crack there. You just can't have air leaks around that Airseeder. It has to be sealed up properly and holding pressure. Anyway, while this tractor's going, I'll just run out in the paddock and we'll just make sure everything's picking up on the screen. We'll put that clutch in and just make sure that's all good, and then yeah, we'll come back and I'll have to sort out those two air leaks. And there may be one other little job I'll do there, but yeah, just when you think you're just about done, there's always something else. But I have learned my lesson. I will not be putting that back door and locking it in the open position anymore, because it sits on one of the hoses coming from the fan and it just compresses that foam seal and wrecks it. I've got fan pressure and everything, that looks all good. Now I know my bins are low. I can see my shafts spinning back there, so that's good. And rates have come up, I think. Oh no, there we go, they're just coming up now. Yep, there we go, all good. Well, I'm not folding it down because there's no reason, there's no seed or anything coming through. It's purely just to check and make sure everything on the Airseeder is working and picking up like it should. So there's one of those fence lines I pulled out and smoothed out. We did put the old grader blade, we had an old grader blade, we put that on the back of the 6510, and after I worked this up, we came along with the old grader blade and smoothed it out. It's done a really good job. I didn't think we'd be able to get it that good, but it looks really nice. Well, I was hoping to be done with the Airseeder now, but we're not, so might as well rip in and get these extra repairs done. And I guess it's lucky for me that the welder's already out here from when I was doing my ute tray. Because we got to do some welding, I thought, I've got a couple of these laying around. I'm thinking that can go there somewhere. I can't move those hoses at the moment. To support those hoses a little bit better. We got two, one up the front, one in the middle. We really just need another one on there to bring them all into alignment and support them a bit better. I've only got top door seals, unfortunately, so we'll get them organised. So I have to get these walkways up here, I think, just so I can get on the top of this properly, and then we'll get a wire brush on here and clean that all up. And loader's there, welder's there, we'll lift that up and see if we can't make some progress. Well, she's done. It looks absolutely shocking. My welding skills are terrible, but I'm going to let that coat of paint dry, then I'll throw another one on and put the walkways and that back on tomorrow, I think. Anyway, that looks alright. Well, I've had that hose holder sitting there for a couple of years, so it's nice to finally have it attached. It should give these much better support. So yeah, a little bit more paint in the morning on both of those. Put those walkways back on up there, and then I'll have to order a new door seal. I'll get that done tomorrow for that bottom door, and then we can finally kick this thing to the curb. But that's all I've got for you guys for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. We really do appreciate it. If you want to support the channel, you know what to do. If not, all good. You guys have yourselves a good one. Till next time, see ya.